All right. So, anyways, we're here with Coach Washington because he's amazing and we love him. So, welcome, Coach Washington. How you doing?
Appreciate it. I'm great, man. How are you?
Good. So, thank you for doing this today, and we really appreciate it.
Of course, anytime, man. You're my guy.
Anyways, why don't you, introduce yourself, give us a little bit of your background and how you got to the position you are today.
Okay. Yeah, my name's Coach Michael Washington. I'm a Silverado guy. Graduated from Silverado. Played basketball for the legendary Coach Herbst and Warren Ellis on the very first varsity basketball team at Silverado in 1999. Went on to coach there. I started coaching there in 2012. I was the head coach of the JV slash assistant varsity coach all the way till 2015. So I coached with Coach Record there, Coach Brandon, and then I went on to start at Lakeview. Did about 5 years doing the middle school at Lakeview from 2016 to 2021. For personal reasons, close to being home, and went to the middle school level. And then I started a varsity basketball program there. Once that school went 7 to 12 back in 2020. I started a varsity basketball program, which was semi-successful. And now I'm over at our new middle school in Victorville called Larea. So just getting that program started as well with just seventh graders as of now. So I've been in the coaching game for about 11 years up in the high desert. Before that, always coaching rec with my kids and stuff like that. But we've been in the game for a minute up here.
Perfect. Actually, how you said how you started the high school program for Lakeview. What was the biggest challenge? Because I know it's a new school, so a lot of the times these new basketball programs fail nowadays. So, with forming a new high school team, what is it like, and how did you get it to become successful as it is today?
Well, I want to say they're quite successful, quite yet, but they're off to the right track. We're trying to get into a league over there. But yeah, they had a few obstacles. Like you mentioned, one of them was being brand new. So attracting any talent there, because most guys that have talent, they go play over at one of the big high schools like Victor or even in Excelsior. The kids that are local that live here in Spring Valley Lake, especially because, as you know, Lakeview is in Spring Valley Lake.
Yeah.
So they lose a lot of the talent over to Victor, which is part of their school district as well, and then also Excelsior. So that was the toughest challenge, was keeping talent there at Lakeview, because everybody looks at Lakeview as a middle school, which it was for about 10 years before it went to 7 through 12. They're still growing over there. I wish them nothing the best. I got them started, and I'm glad they're still rolling.
What do you think contributed? Because the first year you actually had a really decent record. I mean, obviously it wasn't the record most teams want, but you got them a few wins their first season. So what did you think contributed to that, and how did you get the team chemistry to form quickly?
Yeah, just since day one, I always preach family. That's my main core value, is coming together as a family. I think chemistry is the most important part of basketball, to be honest with you. You have a team that has good chemistry, you're going to get some wins. So right away, I was pounding the chemistry. I actually was fortunate enough to have some of my middle school guys that were still there in high school, so they kind of already knew my system. So it kind of helped, and kind of helped speed up the process a little bit. It wasn't like I had to start from scratch. I had about four of my core guys that I had since seventh grade. So when we started the high school program, they had already been there for 3 years and knew what I expected of them and the program I ran. So that helped a lot. Then I ended up landing a couple of transfers from Victor High School, actually, that really helped the team, that lived here in Spring Valley Lake, and their parents wanted them just to stay closer to where they lived because of transportation issues. So I ended up landing a couple of guys that would have played varsity over at one of the big schools. Victor, they would have played varsity at Victor. So that helped a lot to get us going.
Perfect. And I know last year was your last year, and of course I'm going to bring it up because that's again that really surprised me, because we don't play a lot of the teams you guys played that last year were there. But when I saw you guys beat us, that was a really good outing for you guys. What was the locker room like?
for Coach Fleming and everything they're doing over there. That's my guy. Coach Ruiz, man, I go way back with Coach Ruiz. We actually coached together at Lakeview back in like 2017. He was the head girls coach. I was the boys coach for the middle school. So I got a good history with those guys over there at Excelsior. It's always fun playing them. But yeah, that was a good battle, man. It was fun playing them. They're like basically our neighbors. It's funny because we actually walked over there. No bus. We literally walked off of our campus and walked over there for that game. Pretty cool times. I know they played again this year, and Lakeview got the win again. But I love what they're doing over there at Excelsior. They had another great season, making that run in the playoffs. It was cool to see them over there. I got nothing respect for those guys over there.
Definitely. So some of the people, or a lot of the schools here play in a league. So for people that don't play in the league, because Lakeview was in the there still are in the freelance league, but because you're at now Lorea. But for Lakeview, that's still in the freelance league. Do you want to explain how that works and how like teams like Lakeview get into the playoffs since they don't have like a regular league game?
Yeah. So as far as I know, like I said, I'm not there anymore. But they're a freelance team, so now they're eligible for the playoffs. But as far they're trying to still get into the Cross Valley League or the Agape League. So hopefully that happens from this summer. I wasn't sure on exactly how it works, but I heard that it had to be a unanimous vote from all the ADs. And I heard that last summer they voted and one AD didn't vote for them to get in. I'm not sure if that was true or not, but it was unfortunate that Lakeview wasn't able to get into the Agape League last year. But hopefully this summer they get in there. It'll really help the program a lot if they could just get into a league, because it's hard being freelance with the scheduling and trying to get teams to come up to play you when you're a freelance team. Yeah. It's really challenging on the athletic director just to get games. It's tough. It makes it a lot tougher being freelance also to make the playoffs. I guess it's done by some type of algorithm they have for the freelance teams. So freelance teams are eligible to make the playoffs. It's just a lot harder, compared to when you're in the league. If you win the league, you're automatically you got an automatic bid to the playoffs or take second. You have an automatic bid. But being freelance, it makes it tough. So hopefully they get in a league over there. Their middle school's in a league. They're trying again this year to get into the Agape League again this summer. I think they have their ADs meet and they vote again. So good luck to them. I hope they get in the league.
And so, this year you had two teams. You were fortunate enough to get back in Silverado. So what was that experience like for you? Not as a student, but now as a coach. So what's that like for you, Coach?
A little bit there at Silverado. I was helping a buddy out. I was never really formally a coach. So, yeah, most of my time was just spent at Lorea this year. Again, the program started there. Yep.
Nice. And for Lorea, they had a really good season. I remember you said, was it 6-3, right?
We finished 8-3.
Oh, 8-3. Yep. Okay, that's even better. So
it was a good run for a first year.
So, like, what contributed to such success? Did you bring the same values we brought from Lakeview to Lorea, or did you change it? Or
no, I keep them the same. Yep, family, loyalty, hard work, man. Those are normally that's normally the formula. I got to Lorea, with the experience of starting a program at Lakeview, so that kind of helped with some of the bumps in the road. I was fortunate to land a lot of talent over there at Lorea. That part of Victorville normally does have a lot of basketball talent, so we're right in the middle of it. And I appreciate my AD, who also worked hard to help me build the program up, and we're rolling over there. Said 1 year down, next year we're going to be competing in that HDAL, who had the Final Four today. And that's our goal. Our goal is to be at the Final Four next year, a year from now. So I'm going to be bringing in these same guys that I'm working with this year, and we'll be competing as 8th graders next year.
Nice. And as you said today, you're at the Final Four tournament. How was that? You want to give us a little rundown how that turned out?
Oh, it was awesome. I seen every coach in the high desert there. I seen Coach Alexander from Oak there. I seen Coach Recker from Silverado. I seen Coach JT Roach from Hesperia. All the big dogs were in the house trying to look at these 8th graders, man. And there's just a lot of talent up here in the high desert. And seen 6 really competitive games. Ranchero ended up pulling it out and finishing their perfect season at 14-0. They beat Hook in the finals for the boys, and on the girls' side, it was Mesa Linda beating Malva Davis. And Mesa Linda girls team was also undefeated, finished a perfect season. Just two really solid programs, especially Hook and Ranchero, who we're striving to be over at La Rea. Two programs we look up to, definitely. But it was a good day of basketball. I was there from about 8 in the morning to 3 p.m. So watched a ton of basketball today and really competitive games, good energy. Like I said, a good crowd there, a lot of familiar faces. It's good seeing the community come together, especially to support the younger kids, the 13, 14-year-olds, the next generation. It was pretty cool seeing that.
And then finally, the final question is one of the games we talked about when I went to check out your open gym. Which wonderful new gym! I love the new colors and the logo.
Yeah,
But
nice. Yeah.
one of the games you were talking about is against Hook, and you were telling me I saw this. Was it 55-44 today? If I believe that's the score I saw.
Yeah, that was the final score of the championship game today. Yeah, Ranchero won 55-44. And
So
you might, yep, go.
so like with a team like Hook, you said you only lost by 1 point. So how confident is it to to see that you can compete in this tournament like this?
Hooks, though, that team, like I said, we strive to be. They won the championship last year. They were in the championship game again this year. Love their coach, Coach James, man, one of the best coaches up here. That's my guy as well. I said that's the program that we strive to be like as Hook. They're in our district, so I'm looking forward to a lot of battles with them in the coming years, and hopefully one day we can call it a rivalry. Not a rivalry yet until we actually beat them. They've been on top for a few years, so once we beat them, then we're gonna start calling it a rivalry, the Victorville Middle School Crosstown rivalry. So that's gonna be a fun one for years to come, definitely.
Wonderful. Is there anything you want to say to your fans out there, or?
I don't think I have many fans, but and I appreciate the love, man. You always show a lot of love to the high desert, and like I said, I love people that spread out to the smaller schools and the middle schools because a lot of times you only hear the love, for the big guys, your Hesperias, Oak Hills, and stuff like that, which are the best programs, of course, in the high desert. But there's a lot of smaller schools that are doing big things here as well, working hard too. So I appreciate you show a lot of love.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach, for the interview, and we're gonna cut it off here so I can say bye to Coach. But